Hello everyone, welcome back to Think Turkey, and today I've got some breaking news about residency today in Turkey and in Istanbul that just been recently announced about 6 to 7 hours ago by the Minister of Interior himself, Süleyman Soylu, and that certain areas of Istanbul, huge parts of Istanbul, have now been closed off for ikamet, for residence permit. So regardless of whatever type of residence permit, whether it was for purchasing, real estate, rental, all those types have been basically closed that were commonly open before. And the areas that are in question are basically Esenyurt and Fatih, which were already closed pretty much. Now they've been basically entirely shut down. Küçükçekmece, Başakşehir, Bağcılar, Avcılar, Bahçelievler, Sultan Gazi, Esenler, and Zeytinburnu. So that's literally like a huge chunk of Istanbul, like completely in the European side, has been, shut down for residency, including, whether you're buying property or renting it, all that stuff is shut down. The only way you can actually stay and renew your permit is if you're already registered as a student and you're studying in that region, and you're studying at a university in that region. And number one. Number two is if you have invested already and you've got your title deed, and that predates this law. So that's the only way you can actually continue and renew that permit. But anything new from this date onwards is not allowed in those. You cannot get an ikamet anymore in those areas. So in total, we're looking at 10 districts that have been completely, stopped for residency now. Before, we had certain neighborhoods within the districts, not entire districts. Like Bağcılar, you had a couple of neighborhoods. In Avcılar, you had 2 neighborhoods. In Başakşehir, you had 2 or 3 neighborhoods that were restricted, right? But now with this new announcement, entirely those regions are completely shut down for residency. Now, does that mean that can I still invest without, I don't want the residence permit, I just want to buy property there and I rent it out and put it on Airbnb or long-term rental, whatever it is, that is not shut down. That is still, ongoing. You can still buy property. It's just a matter of getting resident status. That's closed now for those areas. So the other thing mentioned was the population. In the meeting, there was a meeting regarding the immigration and so on, with the immigration department, where the Ministry of Interior was also present. And in that meeting, they also talked about the Syrian population numbers, which were reported correctly due to rumors. People were saying it's there were rumors that it's 10 million, 15, 20 million, 25 million. So to clarify that, the minister, Süleyman Soylu, has mentioned that this is 3,646,278 is the number of Syrian Syrian brothers that are here, Syrian families, or the population of Syrians there, along with other foreigners in total, other under different permits, student, work, family, workers at foreign companies and so on. All of that is equal to 1,363,983. So about, a million, not even 1.5 million. So that is the entire kind of conversation that happened there, as a summary. So now the question is, what can we do right now as investors, as those looking to move to Turkey? What are the options? How does this affect us, right? So number one, if you're an investor and you don't really care about getting the residence permit and so on at this stage, then at this stage, meaning from now until the next, few 2 to 3 years, 4 years down the line, then I would say that, this really does not affect you directly right now. You can just go on and continue to invest. The next thing is that for those who are looking to actually come and live in Turkey and also invest and buy properties, one for themselves, maybe one to rent out, or just even one just to live in, then definitely this concerns you. Obviously, especially if you're looking at Istanbul region, then this will be concerning to you. So right now we're only seeing Istanbul as being restricted in that particular regard, apart from the previous news release, which had, you know, different districts, smaller areas of other cities as well. But in this particular announcement, only Istanbul's, like, huge parts of Istanbul have been restricted. So let me show you what you can do then. Where can you invest? Where can you still buy? So first of all, the entire Asian side of Istanbul is completely open, right? So that whole side is open. Then we're looking at, you know, the side where you see like Beyoğlu, Nişantaşı, all that area, Arnavutköy, and, you know, going up Maslak, Sarıyer, like all that area is also open, right? So that side is open. Eyüp is open. Eyüp is a huge area, which is still, you know, has some decent areas within Eyüp that you can definitely look at. That's open. Bayrampaşa here, right? This is also neighboring Eyüp region. That's a small area that's still available. Then going up again, neighboring Eyüp region is the Gazi Osman Pasha area, which borders the Vega Istanbul Mall. That area is there. And then we've got Bakırköy is there, but this is a very expensive region. I mean, there are very limited properties here that you can find. Then going more towards the European sides, like borders, so you've got like Beylikdüzü, of course, which is still great, except you still have to look out for a lot of fake, you know, listings and, you know, very low price listings which are not real. Büyükçekmece is great for villas and so on, so that area is also open for those looking for some peace and quiet and who don't really need to be in parts of Istanbul, you know, so that's an area where you can enjoy Istanbul and still kind of be like 40 minutes away and you know, still kind of be in Istanbul for that purpose. So that's also open as well. Other than that, going, you know, to the Asian side, you know, closer to Istanbul, obviously the city which is closest, Bursa, Yalova, right? These regions are also very nearby, and we're seeing lots of, you know, activity here as well, slowly starting to come here as well. And then also Izmit and Sakarya, right? These two smaller cities, Kocaeli, Izmit, Sakarya, these kind of cities here are also seeing some good traffic in terms of immigrants coming in. So this is what's available to you now, but what I will urge you as a final final word is that try to get into the market now. If you're thinking of Turkey as being one of your choices, as your backup options, as a place that you would like to have in your, let's say, you know, backpack, let's say, you know, you want to have this option there that if you want to ever, you know, things happen in your country where you're staying and you want to actually go out and live in somewhere else, retire somewhere else, then I would suggest, you know, definitely investing here, getting your property early on before they start restricting things. And then if you've bought your property earlier before the rule, and then you can even apply for the residence permit, that gives you some sort of leeway into the laws, and you're able to kind of, you know, get past that, right? So now as things get more strict, then things will get more restricted, and then that will just cut off chances of getting yourself in the market and in this beautiful country of Turkey. So thanks for watching again, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course you've got my contact below if you're looking to get into the market, looking to invest, got questions, feel free to get in touch with us at the WhatsApp number below. Thanks for watching. See you next time.